Hi, I'm Leanne, head coach and founder of Happy Heads. I've recorded 3 videos that I shared in the few days prior to this one about what an unhappy bunch we are, some staggering stats on stress and overwhelm, and why an idea without intention and action is crap. And this one is going to be about how you can make your habits stick and how I can help you. Okay, so this is the 4th and final video of the series, and it's a little bit late getting to you. In the previous video, I talked about why ideas with intention, intention and action are crap. And I gave you some of the reasons why we as humans don't stick to the goals that we set out to achieve. So today I'm going to share with you ways that you can stick to your resolve, as well as how I can help you. So, some of the barriers at getting stuck on things. Sometimes people don't take it seriously. So, the way to really, work towards the goals and the things you want to achieve is to actually take it super seriously. You have to think to yourself, is this important enough to commit to? And do you really want it? Enough to actually push through into the discomfort when things get difficult. So you need to consider that. The other next thing that you need to do is you need to make sure you don't forget, because lots of people go, oh, I forgot to do that. Oh, I forgot to do that. So what are you going to do to make sure that you remember that you need to do something when the time gets to it? Where will you be? What will you be doing when it's time to meditate or write or exercise or eat your healthy lunch or whatever it is? Another step to overcoming barriers of not achieving your goals is do you actually relish the pushing through into discomfort and uncertainty? So we actually have to retrain ourselves to see discomfort and uncertainty as a signal to practice and to get better at being in discomfort rather than running away. Our minds habitually want to get away from discomfort and uncertainty, and there's no good reason to actually do that because you just stay stuck. We're not going to die and we're not going to get hurt because we're eating broccoli or doing a few extra push-ups, unless, of course, you have a medical condition. But there's no need to panic and run when we're uncomfortable. Instead, you can even start to relish this practice as an opportunity at getting better at something, at improving, of learning or finding a way to actually open up to the discomfort. Another way to get over a barrier is to see temptation as a signal to practice. So much in the same way as the one before, every time we are tempted or have a temptation placed in front of us, we can train ourselves to see that as a signal to go away and do whatever it is that we're working towards, without needing to relive it by stepping in to the temptation. So if there's chocolate cake and you're committed to a healthy diet plan or eating plan, just say no to the cake, but hell yes to the opportunity to stay in the discomfort of not giving in to temptation. How does that sound? Another one, don't renegotiate in the moment. Just don't let yourself. Make the plan the day before or at the beginning of the month or the week or whatever, but don't let yourself decide in the moment. You're too prone, because we already know that's why we're in this situation. You're prone to putting it off or trying to get out of it. So instead you say, oh, I can't do it this week. So you know what? Either you want to change or you just want to repeat the behaviours that no longer serve you. Another barrier of how we can look at getting over over those things when we're not sticking to plan. Relish the opening up to things that you dislike. When you find that you've committed to something that you really dislike, it makes it super easy to back the hell out of there and go away, or to actually build up some resentment to having to do it. Again, if you train your mental attitude to see it as a practice and a space in which you can grow. So you could be looking at it, what is it that we can be grateful for now, right in the middle of this practice or experience? How can we see this practice or this experience that we don't like as a gift? And how can we learn to see the deliciousness in this experience instead of focusing on the aspects that we don't like? Another way to make your habits or your goals stick is reconnect to why it's important. Every day as you're about to embark on your goal or the thing that you've committed to, ask yourself, why is this important to me? Why am I devoting myself to this exercise, plan, project, whatever? Why is it important to you? And can you commit wholeheartedly? Does this matter for a reason that's much bigger than your dislike or your discomfort? Another way to help get over yourself and stick to things is to practice self-compassion. So when you mess up or you screw up, when you are less than ideal, this causes you pain and difficulty. So give yourself some self-compassion. Actually give yourself a loving wish, to end your struggle, or a loving wish for peace, or a loving wish for happiness. Instead of seeing this as a reason that you absolutely suck, see it as a reason to love yourself. See it as a reason, heck, I'm giving it a go. And then lastly is to remove as many barriers as you can. So, you're all revved up, you're fully committed, you've set up your reminders, you know why it's important to you, you've set some really hard boundaries, and now remove as many barriers as possible to make it easier on yourself. So, for example, can you prepare, your lunches ahead of time this week? Can you, put your exercise gear out the night before, so all you have to do is get up and, jump into them. Whatever your barriers are, find them, identify them, and then eliminate all excuses to start. So live less out of habit and more out of intent. Ask yourself what sorts of habits may be preventing you from living the life you want, and how might you actually be operating on autopilot. It may be reacting to situations the same way, or repeating certain routines that you want to change. Through practiced intent, you'll start noticing the old patterns and then choosing new patterns or new doors to open up, new experiences or a new life. And one day, and the day will come when you will realize that your diligent practice, your consistent practice has evolved into a permanent internalized habit of health and happiness. That's why when you have ideas that have no action or intention, it's just crap. They're just words. Deepak Chopra, one thing that he said, every time you're tempted to react in the old way, ask if you want to be a prisoner of your past or a pioneer of the future. Now, this is where I come in. Wars are started because we can't find peace within ourselves. We need a full, fresh breath of air through our fear. We need to make peace with loneliness, or one's body, or your balding, or your acne, or your cellulite, or your shortcomings, whether it's perceived or otherwise. Loving yourself is not a one-time achievement. It's an ongoing practice. We have to work at it, just like anything else. We have to play at it, and we have to want to make friends with ourselves. I'm opening up my next round of the Self-Love Lab on October 20 for only 10 women who are ready to make a change and make themselves a priority. Remember that by being overly focused on other people, you're denying those people that you care about the opportunity to know the real you. You deserve to take the time to get reacquainted with yourself, your wants, your needs, and your desires. My Self-Love Lab is unlike any other self-care challenge you may have heard about. My Self-Love Lab is about learning to love yourself, to feel safe and secure in who you are, and to inspire you to make choices that are good for you and your authentic self, all supported and guided by me. In my Self-Love Lab, I will help you uncover some of your ego's dirty tricks that keep you stuck where you are. You will also uncover what predictionism is and why it's really unhelpful. You'll uncover your values and how aligned you are to the most important things in your life. You'll uncover your strengths, your patterns of behavior that no longer serve you. You'll also uncover the things you do to avoid decision making. You'll find out how to challenge your unhelpful thoughts. And most of all, and best of all, is you'll learn how to love yourself, all of you, using a number of evidence-based tools and strategies. So each week for 66 days, you will receive 2 self-love tasks via video for you to action and be accountable for completing. Once a week via Zoom, which is an online video chat, all the participants gather online to receive additional content and to have a group check-in. On top of the group check-ins, each participant will have access to 2 one-on-one coaching calls with me to help you bust through some of the stuff that keeps you stuck. My Self-Love Lab is $350 per person, with 10% of each person's fee donated to the Pretty Foundation, a foundation whose mission is to create a world where girls are comfortable in their bodies and confident in themselves and conquering their endeavors. Can you imagine if the next generation of girls are empowered to navigate through life in that way? If you're interested in finding out any more information or for joining and jumping into my Self-Love Lab, please just click the button below and I'll get back in touch. Okay then, bye-bye.